Alright, welcome everybody. I haven't covered this yet on the channel, but I thought it was the perfect time to do so. The Xmen arcade game, released in 1992 by Konami, the classic one. It was a pretty unique experience. Some of the arcade cabinets had multiple screens on it, so it was super, like, letterboxed. But anyways, it was an arcade-only game, and someone named Hot Rod X has been recreating it for the Sega Saturn. And the original version of it came out in January, and I didn't cover it because it was pretty bare bones. It was only, I believe it was 2 levels, 2 fighters, Cyclops and Wolverine. It got an update again in March to add 3-player co-op and some cool stuff. And now there's been another update. So this is version 0.3. You can find it on the internet. Just look. Where it adds in Nightcrawler as a playable character, another boss, and a full nother stage. Obviously, some new enemies, a bunch of fixes and everything like that. So I figured I'd just run through it today and play it because I love covering Sega Saturn stuff, especially Sega Saturn homebrew stuff. And this is it. So Xmen, the arcade game, right? And it's a pretty amazing game, considering select your player. So I believe you can be Cyclops, Wolverine, Nightcrawler, or Storm. So Nightcrawler is the new person for this round. It initially launched with just Cyclops and Wolverine. Storm came in March, I believe, and then Nightcrawler now. So we're going to take Nightcrawler today, of course. So it's an old school 2D beat 'em up, classic Konami. It's one of the coolest arcade games I ever played for sure. That was definitely the wrong button. That was my super move. And the really awesome thing about this, it's only 2 buttons, or 3 buttons as far as I know. But anyways, as far as I understand, making this Sega Saturn version of it is pretty difficult, and they're not using the source code or anything. It's made by, there's a lot of people sort of pitching in to make it, but it's definitely spearheaded by Hot Rod X, which you saw at the title screen right there. And it's pretty darn awesome. It runs really good. Obviously, there's probably a lot of bugs. This is a small, fan project. This is nothing corporate. No Konami. Konami's not here, okay? Konami, don't look. But it's awesome. This is an awesome game. It's awesome that it exists on the Saturn. And it is sort of just like a tech demo at this point. But the tech is there, like it's running. It's just going to take time to put the rest of the content of the game in. But it's awesome, like absolutely awesome. And if you haven't played it, I would definitely recommend giving it a try. So this is the first level where we beat up all these Sentinels. If you collect action figures, you know that Hasbro just released sort of a video game version of the Sentinels in this color scheme. And they look pretty ballin'. I forget who I used back in the day in the arcade. I think I liked Nightcrawler. I like his special move. It's pretty amazing, too, that they're not utilizing... I think it's amazing that they're not utilizing the original source code for the arcade game. And, obviously, Hot Rod X has been transparent in that not doing that, it's going to be difficult. And there's been some approximations, are the official language, I guess. I'm going to link to the... I'll link to everything below in the description if you want to download this and give it a try. But I loved this back in the day. I was definitely a Marvel kid growing up. So I loved anything X-Men. X-Men were my jam growing up. X-Men and then sort of the Infinity Gauntlet comic books. Yes, we're going to continue. I love his special move. And this is multiplayer too. I'm by myself. I don't have a second player, so not gonna happen on this. Nice. That's why I like Nightcrawler. He's pretty awesome. Alright, this boss right here, I forget who it is. Oh, Pyro, that's right. I haven't played since the January demo, and this is definitely running The January demo was running really good, and this is about the same, I would say. But I'm sure there's definitely optimizations down the line as each revision, you know, gets made. It's not just content updates. I can't even get close to this dude. Maybe we should try to jump kick. And, you know, I played this in the arcade when I was growing up. Among the other classic, you know, Konami games, The Simpsons, Ninja Turtles, and everything. So I'm curious, who else... Leave a comment below if you actually played this back in the day and are excited about this project. Because I'm definitely excited. This is... Stuff like that made with, you know, passion from the fans is always amazing. Okay, maybe I should be jump kicking this guy. Oh my gosh. I can't even get near him. Oh, that was all for nothing. All for nothing. Just watch me not even be able to beat the first boss. I don't know how many continues I have. I should have probably checked out the options. If there was an options, I don't even remember. Oh, nuts. Come on, Nightcrawler. Oh my. Remember, these games, oh my goodness. The purpose of these games, the difficulty in them was to get quarters from you. So, they're a little bit harder than, you know, normal. If this was just a home version, straight home version, it wouldn't be this hard. Or not even hard. I wouldn't even describe the difficulty as hard on a lot of these older games. They're cheap, they want you to put in the quarters, right? So there's lots of one-hit kills and stuff like that, you know? Alright, so first stage over. Going to the second stage, which I have done before. This one does add in a third stage. So we'll see if I can beat the second stage. If I can't beat it this try, then I will try again. The original arcade game of this was amazing with those multiple monitors too. Like, it was such a unique experience, even though the multiple monitors didn't make a ton of sense, I guess. Bam. Bam. This is definitely classic Konami arcade goodness, just like TMNT and The Simpsons, among others. It's Konami in its heyday. We're doing this. The controller's pretty good. It does control pretty close to the arcade. It's a little floaty. Like, the control's a little slow. It's not like you can stop on a dime and just turn and do these crazy moves. It's not like TMNT Shredder's Revenge, which is sort of, you know, a modern retro game. But it feels very much like the original arcade. I would imagine most people in the arcade used Wolverine the most. I remember using Nightcrawler the most. Ouch. Alright, game over. Alright, so we'll go to the options menu, maybe, and meet back here on stage 2. Alright, well, I found a good strategy on the first boss right here with Storm. You want the AI to be cheap and munch my quarters? Well, I can be cheap too, okay? Suck it. Okay, alright. Alright, so going into the second level again with much more continues. So let's see if we can beat the second level. So I definitely want to see the third stage, but again, this game is made to be pretty hard. It's probably way easier on multiplayer, because I don't think anything scales if you're playing with multiple players. Like, I don't think they make it harder. They didn't have that technology back in 1992. So, it probably is definitely easier with a second/third person. But, unless my hamster's gonna play, then I'm by myself tonight. No kiddos to help me tonight. Oh, these sentinels are definitely harder than the first stage. Got a little bit more health. I like Storm. I don't really like her super move all that much, because it only shoots forward. Nightcrawler's is like the bomb, because he goes ballistic. He goes everywhere. But Storms, you have to be facing what you want to hit. Definitely doesn't clear everything on the screen or anything by any means. It's kind of funny. In the comic book, the Sentinels are so much bigger. They're gigantic. And in this game, they made them little people-sized. X-Men sized. Oh, see? I just did her super and I wasn't facing the right direction. So it basically did nothing. Button mash to glory. Yeah, the enemies definitely have more health. And so, like I said before, this is version 0.3. Not 1.3, 0.3. So it seems to me like they do have a sort of roadmap to get to like a final 1 version. So this is, 0.3, 0.3. So eventually they'll keep adding content, Maybe I'll do another video once we get a couple more updates. Colossus is probably next, and then forget who else is on that little screen. Alright, that's her super. So it's not bad, but again, you gotta be facing... Everything's gotta be facing the right direction. Nightcrawlers, you could just let it fly. Especially when you're surrounded, right? So Nightcrawlers is way better if you're surrounded and you get out of jail free card. Whereas Storm's definitely not like, oh, nuts. I walked right into it. It's boring. Dang, there's a lot of enemies here. It's getting quite challenging. Try to keep them all to one side. Nuts. Ooh. It's a little bit of slowdown there, but obviously that's understandable, like I said. Again, this is one of those cool games that never existed on the Saturn. It should not exist on the Saturn. I mean, Konami should have done ports of it, yes. To everything imaginable. They shouldn't just live in the black hole of Konami's soul. Right, I'm not sure if I'm going to beat this level or not. I'm starting to get hit. It's starting to get a little tough. I really want to see the third level. Probably shouldn't be overusing that, but I'm getting nervous. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I forget actually how far I ever got in the arcade. I mean, in arcade games, it only matters. Your quarters only matter, right? The skill doesn't matter. So, now that I have no quarters. Oh, you can pause the game now. That's one of the new updates. I think I'm on my last continue. So, gotta try my best here. But again, I'm just showing off the technology. If I can't get to stage 3, I can't get to stage 3. It is what it is. Nightcrawler is the new character, so I just showed him off. So he's awesome. I love Nightcrawler. Yeah, no shooting me. Alright, see if I can cheese this boss too. Whoever this is, I forget. Oh, really? The blob? Oh, well. Okay, I don't quite remember. Gotta keep my distance here. So Storm, it looks like Storm has some reach because she uses that little, like, baton. Oh, nuts. Game over. Alright. Okay. Well, I'll try to get back. This is definitely easier with multiplayer. But again, I'm just showing off what this is. That's what it is. But there is a new level. There's a third level in there. And there's another boss. Wendigo was added. There's some enemies, new enemies in it. Xmen. Implemented different, you know, sound fixes and stuff like that. And they're going to keep building on everything in the game till they get to the one version, till they get to the final game. It's amazing they're doing this without using any source code or anything like that. So, I don't know. I'm going to keep playing, but that was the game. Xmen Arcade running on a Sega Saturn. Download link is below. If you like this video, let me know. Peace out.